Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Please, if you're new, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, comment, and share. So today I'm going to be teaching you how I made this beautiful hair bonnet I'm currently wearing. So stay tuned for the video. Yeah, basically. So we'll be needing our Ankara and our satin fabric to draft our hair bonnet. But first of all, we're going to go ahead to draft out our pattern on our Ankara before placing it on our satin to cut it out. So the first thing you need to do is you're going to fold your Ankara fabric into two, like so. Make sure you're folding it properly. Then after folding it this way, you're just going to go ahead to fold it the other way, just like so. That you are done folding it all through, there is this point whereby there's no opening, this particular edge, as you can see, there's no opening there. So that's the point where your measurement will start from. So in my case, I'm just going to be using about 13 inches. So I'm just going to go ahead to mark 13 inches all through round, in a round shape. Just pay attention to what I'm doing and you're going to get it. So I'm just going ahead to confirm if I have up to 13 inches. So I'm just going ahead to mark that 13 inches all through. So after marking the 13 inches all through, I just went ahead to connect it properly. Then, so as you can see, I have like a circular shape already. Then I went ahead to use my scissors to cut it out, like so. Make sure you're cutting it out properly. You have to be steady with it to give it that shape you want, because it has to be round, as you can see from the video. So now that I'm done cutting out my Ankara, I'm just going to go ahead to do the same for my satin fabric. So I'm just going to place my satin fabric like so, fold it into two, make sure it's equal. Yeah, fold it into two, then go ahead to fold it again. Make sure it is properly placed, like so. So after you're done folding, you're just going to go ahead to place your Ankara fabric right on top of your satin. So as you can see, make sure that edge is also facing these parts of your satin fabric. So I'm just going to go ahead to cut it out now. So this is what it looks like after cutting it. So I'm just going to open them up. So this is the Ankara. Make sure this is the right side. Then I'm going to go ahead to also place the right side of my satin fabric on top of my Ankara. So it is the face on face, like the right side on the right side, if you get what I'm trying to say. So you're just going to go ahead to place it properly and smoothly. So on this point, I'm just going to go ahead to go up by 3.5 inches. The purpose of doing this is just to slash it open. So you're going to have ease while wearing your bonnet. So that's why I'm slashing it open. So after slashing it open up to that 3.5, that point I marked, which is 3.5 inch point. So I'm just going to go ahead to sew it on my machine by half an inch all through. So I'm just going to sew it up by half inch and like half inch. So I'm just going to take to my sewing machine now to sew and show you what it looks like. So this is what it looks like. So I just went ahead to use my scissors to notch this point so we don't have any folds, and I went ahead to notch other parts. So I'm just going to go ahead to turn it out, then go ahead to press it with my pressing iron. Now this is what I have after pressing it with my pressing iron. You can see this point is already smooth and properly laid. Then I'm just going to go ahead to take my pin and pin it all through. So after pinning it down all through, I'm just going to go ahead to run a gather stitch all through my circle from this point down to this point. So now that I'm done running that gather stitch all through, I'm just going to go ahead to gather it like so. As you can see, you're just going to gently stretch it. This is what we have after gathering it all through. I'm just going to go ahead to measure it round to see if I have enough for my head circumference. My head circumference is about 24 inches, so it all depends on you. Can make it bigger, 24, 23, 25, but for me I want to use 24 inches. So I'm just going to go ahead to measure and see if it is up to 24 inches. So that's what I'm doing here. In this case, it's 23 inches. So I'm just going to go ahead to loosen the gather a little. So I'll be able to get that 24 inches I need. Now that I'm done loosening, I'm just going to go ahead to check it round again to see if I have up to the 24 inches I need. So that's what I'm just doing right now. So as you can see, I have up to 25 inches already. So I'm just going to go ahead to tie it up at this point, so I don't have any loosening. So that's what I'm just doing. I'm going to tie it. So I already cut out the strip which will serve as our band for our bonnet. So I'm using the length of 46 inches for the length and the width of 3.5 inch. Yeah, so I'm using 3.5 inch, as you can see. So you can try to also use 4 inches, 5 inches, it all depends on your own preference. So I'm just going to go ahead to notch the midpoint of this strip. So I'm just going to notch the midpoint now. So because the circumference of my head is about 24 inches, so 24 inches divided by 2, that's 12 inches. So I'm just going to go ahead to mark 12 inches on fold on this my strip. After marking the 12 inches, I'm just going to go ahead to notch that point like so. I'm just going to go ahead to open it up, then fold. Please take note of those points you notched. You notched 3 points, that midpoint and the 12 inches, that's 24 inch. So from this first 12 inch, I hope this makes sense, you're just going to go ahead to sew it up by 1/2 inch all through. And also you're also going to do the same for the other side. Please make sure you're sewing it up from that part you actually notched. So that's just it. So I'm going to go ahead to take this to my sewing machine. I just want to show you what I have before going ahead to press it with my pressing iron. So this is the part I left that I didn't sew, and I went ahead to sew the other part. So you're just going to bring it out. Those points you sewed up, you're going to bring it out, then go ahead to iron it. So this is what I have after pressing it, and I went ahead to press that point I opened up by 1/2 inch also. So now I'm just going to go ahead to fold my head bonnet into 2 like so. Make sure you're properly pressing it well so you'll be able to get the midpoint, as you can see from the video. So now just make sure you're properly placing them on each other. Then you go ahead to take your scissors to notch the midpoint of your hair bonnet. So after notching the midpoint, make sure you're placing that midpoint directly on the midpoint of your bands. If you get, there's a midpoint we notched earlier, so make sure it is directly placed on that midpoint. So you're going to go ahead to pin it down pin it down like so. So make sure you pin it down properly all through, and after pinning it down, just go ahead to sew it up by 1/2 inch on your sewing machine. So now this is what we have after sewing it up by 1/2 inch. So as you can see, I sewed it up by 1/2 inch all through up to this point. So the next thing now you're going to do is that you're just going to go ahead to fold it in by that 1/2 inch you initially pressed, like so. Just fold it in, then place it on top. So you're just going to do this round and sew it on your machine. This is the end product of our hair bonnet. Please, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, comment and share. See you in my next video. Bye.